have just went through the basics, okay, very basic or overview things. Today we will be going through what is how the implementation is done for SAP, okay, and what is our part in the implementation process. So basically, there are two methods by which in any company, like what is implementation first of all? A greenfield implementation is like there is a company who is not using SAP at the moment. Okay, they are using some other software, maybe homegrown software. Okay, and then now they want to move to SAP. So they must be following some business process and they are making the transactions in system. So m many places I've seen like people are going from Oracle has like SAP. Oracle is also a big company and they also have ERP solution like SAP. But SAP is more accepted by overall industry, and day by day, Oracle's ERP for manufacturing is going down, but Oracle is having a good solution in finance. What I've heard is okay. So one of my client was having Oracle as a system. They used it for almost 10 years, and then now they are shifting to SAP. Okay. So basically how the process starts like if we consider the ASAP methodology, okay, so there are five phases into it. So project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live and support. Okay, so I'll explain you one by one all of the stay phases. So, to understand, the project preparation phase is more about the it is arranging the resources, okay, then planning the whole project, okay, then how it what will be the timelines, and there will be a steering committee like which will be with which our management will be having a meeting on maybe fortnight, in 15 days once or monthly once, something like this. Okay. Then all the process that how the project should run, that is discussed with client, and then it is documented, and then it is followed in the same way. Okay. Okay. Then we come to business blueprint. Now here all consultants actually come into the picture. Okay. So before business sprint, just I'll take you with a visualization of like if some if I'm going for an implementation, then my first day at implementation project is like I go to that particular client's factory. Okay. So factory or head office. Then I go and meet all of the stakeholders, customer side stakeholders, and then there is one person assigned to each module from customer side. Okay. So we can call it as proponent. Okay. So these different proponent from different modules. Like for MM, I have one counterpart. Then for WM, I have one counterpart. For SD, MM, FI, PP, for all the modules. So who are these people? These people are the actual people who are working in that department. Okay. So what customer has done is like they will take out one person, okay, who is having a good knowledge about the business process, and that will be assigned to us. Okay, as a counterpart. Now, the first day we meet to all of these people, and then we just it's an introduction. We introduce ourselves, they also introduce themselves, and then as per plan, maybe second day, third day, fourth day, we start the actual work. So what is the actual work is the first thing is we visit the factory. Okay, whatever is the manufacturing or trading, whatever is their business. So we visit the whole business. So whole business means from where? So we start from the entry grade. Okay. So then the part comes into the picture, because whenever a material is coming inside, that is uh, with the help of module. Like some PO was raised, and against that, some vendor is sending some material to us. Okay. So we go to the gate. Then the first is like we have a office at the gate. They have a office at the gate. So there will be a person who will be sitting, who will be noting down that which truck came, what is its number, and all of these things. So first thing is we will go there and we will understand what he is doing, what uh, the details he is writing down. Okay, either he's writing down in the book or in their existing software. Okay, so we'll understand what are the details and how they are writing down. And then there are few questions to be asked to them, but not at this moment. Now the at the primary stage, what we do is we just observe, we just understand what they are doing right now. So once that is done, okay, fine. So what is where the truck is going inside? So where it is going? Okay, this particular location. So then we go to that location, warehouse or the storage location. So we'll go there and we'll then see how they are unloading the material, and where are they keeping? Okay, are they tagging some barcode to that or not? So any different type of arrangement they have, like they will keep such type of material in this area, like characteristic wise, are they keeping the material, how they are keeping the material, all of these things we will understand. On one of my project, I've seen what they are doing. They are getting like 100 kg bags of some raw material, and then they will. It is a plastic actually. They will bring it, and then they will just remove the whole material from that bag, and they will put in the silo. Silo is just a container. Okay, so I will just show you. So here what they do is they will see this is the silo, this bigger one. Okay. So this silos they were putting the material inside this. Okay. So it's a process. Then while putting the material, what entry they are doing. Okay, in their existing system, all of these things we will understand. So once we understand these things, then okay, so the production people needs material, right? So they will, what they will do, they will give, they giving you some receipt or issuing slip where they are writing the material, and then they will come to you. They will once you give the material, what entry you are doing in the system, all of these things in detail we have to observe. Okay. So then we'll go to production. Now in production, it is not with the Okay. It's from here the PP module starts. Okay. But before that, again, if spare parts are coming, consumables are coming, packing material is coming. So where are they keeping that things? Okay. How are they arranging that? How are they issuing to the production or wherever it is required? So all these things we are going to understand. Then when you go to production, then we start understanding the production process. Okay, it's a PP part, but before that, quality is also there. So quality, then production, all of these things we start understanding. Okay, and then the materials are issued to production. Okay, then once the production is done, then there is a scrap which is coming out. Okay, so where is the scrap going, how they are calculating the scrap, all of these things. Now calculation, all of these things are actually understood by the PP consultant. Then once the production is done, the material will come outside. So where are they keeping this material? Then it will be a semi-finished or finished warehouse. Okay, how are they arranging that? All of these things we will understand. Then now this is part again. When the production is done and they are keeping the material somewhere in the storage location, we have to see that. Okay. If they want to, on later stage, they want to do the quality of that material. Okay, so what is the process that we need to understand? It's a collaborative thing between the QM module, quality management, and MM. Okay. So we understand all of these things as inventory. And it's a physical thing with outside in the factory. We go and understand this. Okay, after this we'll go to now this like all team members are there in this particular thing. But then also the sales part, like how the trucks are getting loaded, how they are going out, while they are going out on gate, are they doing some entry? Okay, that this truck with this invoice is going out. All of these details we understand. So after this, what we will do, maybe this will take 1 day or 2 day. It depends on how many, or 4 5 days also. It depends on how many plants they have and how big is the area. So once this is done, the visit to the factory, then next day we plan, like we as a consultant, we plan the visit to purchasing department. So now when we go to purchasing department, there we understand all of the things. What kind of process you are doing? You are is the requisition raised in system or they are mailing you? Are you noting down the quotations in the system or you are noting down in a book? Okay. How you are creating the POs and all of these things. Now, how you are doing the subcontracting. Now, these terms you will maybe not understand right now, but going later on you'll understand. So all the process, how you are procuring the services, subcontracting, then imports, all of these questions, not in detail, but we try to understand what he's telling us. Okay, we'll just ask, so what, how you do the import process? So he will take 1 hour. He will explain everything in detail. Okay, so these things we understand in first maybe 1 week. Okay, so once the first week is done, then we come to 1 week, or I would say purchasing, as per my experience, the factory visit is like 3 days or 4 days, but the major time goes into the purchasing department. So it takes almost 3 weeks to 4 weeks to complete the whole thing because when you go to the purchasing department, they will explain you each detail. Then you have to also ask them the pricing. How are you pricing to your vendor? Not the value. What are the components of pricing? What are the components of import pricing? How are you handling the import pricing? All these questions, and we need to note it down. So once this is done, then maybe it will take 1 week to prepare the business blueprint. Now, what is business blueprint? Business blueprint is something where you have your um, as is, means whatever you observed, whatever you asked them, you have noted down. So you have to write the as is, like how they are doing the domestic procurement. So the first part will be as is. Okay. Now I will show you the document. This is business requirement document, same blueprint document. I'll show you the document. Okay. So here is the index. Okay. I will share you this document today to you so that you can go through it. Okay. Then, okay, see here domestic procurement, import procurement. So I'll just take you to this part right now. Okay, I was thinking to click on control. Okay, this is RFQ. Okay, RFQ also we can understand here. Okay. So I'll give you, see RFQ. So how the document is arranged. Now this is not any standard document that everyone is using. This was actually one of my first implementation. I prepared this document to have a proper to give a proper visibility to the customer. So this is as is. Okay, as is like RFQ is sent to vendor with reference to purchase requisition comparison done outside the system. All of these things we need to write. Okay. So all of the things what they are doing right now that we have to write. Okay. So sometimes what happened, they know their issues, they know their requirements, or they know their problems, where they are facing the problem. So they will tell you the problems. So we note down that problems over here. Okay. So I've written requirements, RFQ quotation, material price, whatever is the requirement. So they are lagging behind somewhere right now in their existing system. So they will ask us that we need this in SAP. Okay. So okay, we will write it as a requirement. Then SAP solution as per best practice. So best practice means what? It is not, I would say it is not SAP best practice, but it is a business best practice. Okay. So there is a way to perform any business process like domestic or import procurement. Okay. Many times I've found that because of they are using a legacy system or the older system, which is not aligned or it can be modified as per customer. So they do whatever they want. Okay, and they handle in that way. So we have to now see SAP standard or best practice, we should know. We are going to suggest them because if they are doing something wrong, they are good with that and they want to continue in many cases. So we explain them or we write it here. Okay, as per business practice, what should be the process? Then we give a overview. Okay, overview of a transaction. The that particular transaction, vendor selection means what is RFQ? That we are giving a overview of that, very short. Then create creation process. Like now they have to perform the process. Okay. So how they will perform in SAP that we have to write over here. Okay. Then after that, whatever is there any gap like SAP they want and SAP is not providing. So that gap we need to write over here. So that if SAP is not providing that, then we need to make a customize or we need to do a development by coding. So in one of my project I had for RFQ. Okay. So I will let you know that while we are going ahead. Okay. So I'll while we are doing the process or performing anything in SAP, I'll also tell you that what can be a requirement for from a customer here. Okay, at some transaction that I will tell you, and if whatever developments I have worked, that also I'll explain you that this is a very good development. It can be done, something like this. Then we give them the transactions, okay, all the transactions to perform this particular process. Then here any rise if I'll come to this. Then master data, what is required? So material master, vendor master. Okay. Then configuration consideration, whatever is if there is any configuration which you can note here, that configuration. Then roles, this leave it for now. Okay. So this is the way we have to prepare. So as is our observation, as is an requirement. These two things is our observation when we went through the plant, when we discussed to the purchase with the purchase department. These were our observations. Okay, what they told us. And apart from this, the other things are where we are suggesting them or we are giving them a solution in SAP, something like this. Now, one more thing which was not required here, but it is there in the process. I will show you that. See, suppose this is a domestic procurement process. So as is requirement, then here process mapped in SAP with flowchart. So I've given this flowchart to them that okay, when the process starts, first thing will be creation of purchase requisition. What is the transaction? Then what happens if it is approved? Okay, if not approved, it will go again here. If approved here. So why this is to be given? See, these people now, first of all, when you are working as a SAP consultant, so you will be working, see, purchasing is a very critical area for any company. So you will be working with a very senior guy. Okay. So in almost one, two of my one implementation, I've worked with the CEO itself. One, I've worked with the purchasing director, means managing director. In two, I've worked with the directors, and one more project, even he was a very senior manager. Okay. So you will be working with these people. So the way of explaining, the way you are explaining to them, that should be very short and because you don't need to feed them. They are very like good with the process. You just have to tell them, they will immediately understand. So this graph or flow chart gives them a proper idea, and they don't need to go through all of the written things, whatever are written here. Okay. So after this particular document is created, then we have to take this document to the counterpart. Okay, he may be the director or the manager, something like this. So when you take this to him, then you have to make them go through. Okay, you have to take them through the whole document, and you have to read each and every sentence, okay, and tell them, see, this is my understanding. So they will tell, okay, this is good, but add two more points into this. Now in the requirements, you understood in the requirement gathering session, okay, when you went to the purchasing department. Now when you're showing them the document, they will add more things into this. So you have to sit with them and do this. Now this particular thing takes almost 1 week or 1.5 week, and you have to invest daily 6 to 7 hours with them. They should be available. Okay, otherwise it takes a longer time duration. So you have to prepare this document. Once prepared, show them, and then take them through the whole document, and then they will make the changes into this. Okay, means they will tell, okay, add this thing, remove this thing, all of these things. So if you see this 79 pages document, so each and everything without except the format or even the format is to be prepared by your hands. So you will be understanding how much time this will take. Okay. So everyone will push for closing this immediately, but it takes minimum 1 week to prepare the document. Okay. So till here, anyone has any question? Yeah, yeah. Yes, right. Yeah, documentation is a very important thing. Why we are doing this is because going forward, suppose the client says, no, I have not. See, this document is getting signed off. They have to sign the document. Why they, yeah, why they have to sign is going forward, they should not say, no, no, you committed something else. And that, yeah, yes, yes. Hmm. Right, 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 right. Correct, correct, correct. Yeah, they are so like into the process, or they are so talented that you don't need to explain like you say that only one sentence they will understand the full process. So actually that is a very like that is a very good time, I would say. Even I have enjoyed with the people. like the director or CEOs working with them, it gives a very good motivation. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 Right. Yes. Right. 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 Yes. So once the like project preparation, then blueprint. Okay. Abhijit. Okay. Okay. So now when the business blueprint part is done, okay. So done means when it is done, when they sign off. Okay, they will act means we take a mail approval or they have to actually sign. It depends. So once this part is done, then you come to the realization phase. Now, what is the realization phase? Realization is where actually we configure the system. Okay. So we whatever we have decided. Now with this business requirement document, there is one more document which is KDS, key data structure. Okay. Here we have all terms with respect to like what we are going to create in SAP. Okay. So just for an example, like there will be these four company codes, and each company code will have one plant. Okay. Then what is the description, address, everything in detail we need to take from them before starting the realization phase, while the BBP, while the business blueprint document. Then with this, how many storage locations? Okay. So what are storage location, plan, company code, that we will understand. Just to go through the document, I am taking you through the document. Then we have different things like number ranges for materials. Okay, what should be the number for material? Then we also have like this vendor, like any supplier vendor you are creating in system, what should be the numbers for them? So there are multiple things which are to be like which will be included in the KDS document. Okay. So this document is also getting signed off or should be signed off with the blueprint, because blueprint is signed off, but without KDS document we cannot start our realization phase. Okay, that is the base for our realization phase. So in realization, we are going to configure the things. Okay. So as a MM consultant, I'll be configuring multiple things into the system. So configuration is like tailoring a product. We are not going to code in actual. Now, apart from this, we also have few things like they will be asking for a development. Okay. Suppose a purchase order format, a print is to be developed. Okay, I'll just take an example which everyone will understand. So this particular format is to be developed. So that also we need to, as a MM consultant, we need to provide a functional specification to the technical guy, to the guy who is going to code. Okay. So what is functional specification? Don't worry, we'll come to that. So once this is done, okay, and then we come to a stage when we complete our configuration for MM and then also the development part. So everything is done. Then we try to perform the whole process in the system to understand where if anything is, we can call it as testing. Okay. So it is unit testing what we are doing. Like for only MM, we'll be doing the testing. So after that, we will be doing the integration testing. So what is integration testing? That I will procure MM and PP will produce. So then after PP production, the sales department will sell it. Okay, and then we will be checking the finance whether everything is working fine. This is the integration testing within all modules. So this will be done. Okay. Then after the this thing. Integration testing, we have to go to the uh, hmm, we have to show the whole process to our proponent, the counterpart. Once we show them, they will go through it. They need to agree on all of the processes, and then we go for user training. Okay. So in user training, what we do is it is like before final preparation, I would say. In user training, we train. Actually, there are two ways of training. So one is like we train our proponent or the counterpart, and then he trains to all of the people. Okay. So while he's training all of them, we are there as a shadow to that to him. Like we will be just with him. This is one way, and sometime it happens that you yourself has to train all the users. So this can also happen. Then we come to the final preparation. Okay. So while the final preparation, what we do is whatever master data, material master, vendor master, info records, there are multiple master data. So this master data we need to upload in the system. Okay. So maybe you will not understand all terms right now, but going forward, when you'll understand what is master data and what is material master, that time you'll understand, okay, these things are to be created manually. Then what about implementation? So they are uploaded in a bulk at one time. Okay. So the whole upload part, okay, almost I would say 80-70% of uploads, whatever are to be done while the final preparation is to be done by MM. Okay. So once the data is uploaded, then almost we are ready to go live. Okay. So there is a blackout period. Blackout is what that when the business operation stops actually. Okay. So in many cases it is 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, something like this. So the customer and we try to keep it minimum because the business is closed for that time period. So in at this time, what we do is whatever are the open purchase orders in the previous system that we upload in our new SAP system. And the most important thing, whatever is the stock, like I have 20,000 materials. Materials means plastic, steel, so like this. Now I have a quantity of steel which is 30 ton with different batches. So I need to upload that in SAP. So this upload is done in that blackout period. Blackout is when your company is not working. They have stopped the working. Okay. So we upload that storage location XYZ has this much material. Now why blackout? Suppose I move that material from XYZ to some other storage location while I'm uploading the data. So then when the system will be live, there will be a mismatch between uh, the locations. Okay, I in system I've uploaded XYZ and it is moved to some other location. So the movement should not happen. That is the reason we keep it closed for 1-2 days. Okay. In bigger companies somewhere where they cannot afford to keep it closed, then we need to find out a ways to do it like at night times. Somewhere like this, we need to be ready and do things. There are ways of doing that. Okay. Then after blackout is go live. Go live is the end user will be using SAP system from that moment. Okay. And after that, usually 10-15 days, we get many issues. Issues are not because of SAP, but the users. They are very new to the system, so they will make mistakes. You have to go to them, be with them while they are doing all the things and correct them. And after this, after go live, we have support. Support is like 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month supports as agreed in the like uh, uh, project timeline. Okay. So this is the project. This is the process of going live or doing the implementation. Okay. So any doubt till here? Okay. Abhijit. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then we have the activate methodology. Actually, whatever I have worked is almost I've worked in ASAP all the time. Okay. And we have activate methodology, which we have done in one of our implementations. So in activate, what we do is like, see, I've written the phases here: discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. Okay. So in discovery phase, we are being familiar with the benefits. We are making customer familiar with the benefits. Then once the customer understands the solution, they begin the trial of the solution. Yeah. So we are making the customer familiar with all of the system. Okay. System or the process how we are going to follow that. Then in prepare phase, we actually do the project setup roadmap, the same like what we are doing in the project preparation phase. Okay, we are setting up the milestones, the roadmap, like what time, what phase should be completed, the project plan, all of these things. And then we go for the explore phase, where we are doing the requirement gathering and fit gap analysis, which we discuss like business blueprint phase. Okay, that kind of thing. Then here also in this particular phase, what we do is in just a minute. Yeah, in explore phase, here the different one more difference we have than the ASAP methodology is like there is a SAP system which SAP has made ready to use, okay, which will show all standard process. So that system is activated, and we will be showing to our customer all the process, business process into that system. Okay, we'll be there is a sample data which is provided by SAP. We are going to show them how it is going to work in SAP. So once this is done, so they will understand more about SAP, and then the requirements. Okay, as is one part, but the requirements, they will be giving us the requirements at that time itself. Okay, so this actually reduces the time span where in ASAP methodology we are doing the realization phase where we are configuring and then showing them. Here we are showing them before that only, so that they understand the system more better, and then we make the note of all their requirements and issues. Okay, and it helps us to work in the direction and complete much more earlier. Okay, then in realize, here we start for configuration development, then unit testing and UAT, same as what we discussed here. Okay, in realize phase. So once realization or realize phase is done, then we come to deploy. Deploy is we upload the data, we do the cutover activity, and we do the go live. Okay, so the terms are same which we discussed in previous ASAP methodology. Just the way of doing it, I would say the major difference is like when we are doing the explore phase here, we are showing them the system. We are taking them through the whole SAP system and getting the requirement from them. Okay, and then we after go live, it is run and support. So we give a support to them for 2 month, 3 month, whatever it is committed to them in that way. So any query on this? Okay. Yeah, in cutover activity, what we are doing actually when the we are in the blackout period, when their older system is not working, they have stopped working on that, and they are not moving the material, or the business is stopped actually. That time we do the cutover activity. So in cutover activity, the major things what we do is we upload the open purchase orders, okay, in MM, and we upload the stocks. Okay, these two things we yeah. No, production is uh, product. The cutover activity itself is in production system. Before cutover activity, even before data upload, we move all of our things to production. Yeah, configurations, developments, we move it to production. Okay, then we start the data upload and then the cutover activity. See, table entries we don't do in production, to be very frank. Okay, but I've done many times because of some issues. But that is the adjustment or wherever we need to save some time and we know how much is the impact of this. Okay. Only that time we do these things. Okay. But we don't consider anything. We means as a consultant, no one will say something about table entry at that moment. If someone wants to do, he will do himself. Okay. Yeah. 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 And basically, the system is only with us, the production system. So no one is going to ask anything or do anything. So usually, or we do this in the Kotor activity. Once the stocks, yeah, tell. How do I? How can I? What you mean to say in one sentence? How can you explain the Kotor activity? Is it okay? For or as general? General. Okay, so the Kotor activity is where the it is a blackout period and in which we upload the open transactions and stocks. This is enough. And open transactions are not only open purchase order. Like this is only side. Okay. Open sales orders from SD, open production orders from PP. These are also there. Okay. So even opening balances from finance. That is a big thing. Yeah. So all of these things are there. Yeah. Yeah. See, you cannot say master data. Master data is not part of that. That is final preparation before like data upload is the process. Yeah. So you can say open transactions and stock. This is enough. Okay. In Kator activity. Okay. Yeah, right. Uh, Yeah, Raja, what happens? Many things I'm not giving that things right now because they both are very new to this. Okay, so there will be a process gradually. They will be getting all of the things when we move ahead. Okay, but the discussions what we are doing on the subjects right now, that is very important for them also to understand. Like when you asked what is cutover, that is very important for them. But something like basis or moving things, production, this they will not understand right now. So going forward, yeah, in one and another discussion, some things will come up. Then even you can explain things. Okay. Yep. Okay. So these are the things what we are doing in the ways of doing the implementation. Now there were two documents which I explained. Okay. Now when you are doing a end user training, so after giving them a training, the most important thing, the very important thing is to give them a document. Why? The reason is when system goes live, they will just run after you if anything goes wrong, and not only one person, there will be 50, 60 people who will be calling you at a time. Okay, so to avoid this, what we do is while the training, while and after the training, we provide a document to them. First of all, user manual. Okay, now this is a purchase requisition creation user manual. So what we do in this, now this is not a standard format. Okay, so here we are giving the path, okay, and the transaction. Then we are highlighting here you have to enter. Then this screen will be shown. Then you have to select from here. So all of the details are written here. Okay, then what is to be selected in which case, that then what you can write here. So all of things are written here. So why this is done, like here you have to enter the things. Why this is done? Because when system goes live, they stuck somewhere, they can refer the document, and the issues which can be resolved, or they don't memorize, they just look into the document and they can move ahead. For that, we have to provide them a document for each transaction. Okay. So once this is given, maybe I would say 50% or more than that, your things will be easy. And what we do is after giving the training, we make them sit together and ask them to do create purchase requisition. Now they don't understand how to do it. Then we have to tell them, okay, open a document, okay, and follow that document. So now after following the document, they understand how the document is and how to follow it. And wherever they are lagging behind, we just pitch into and tell them how to do this. This helps us basically after go live. They will refer the document and it will go smooth. Okay. Then we have one more document which is functional specification. So this document is wherever we have a development, okay, some different requirements. So what is development? I'll explain you. So the a different requirement which is not SAP is not providing that, and a customer needs that, then we need to develop it, okay, with the help of ABAP or Fury consultant. So when we are doing this to the ABAP person, we have to give this document. So it's not a like every company has a different format. Okay. So I have prepared my own format or taken it while doing the implementation. This is the index. The major thing between this is functional requirement. Here I have to give the logic. Okay. So the logic is like there are now here I've just given a Excel sheet. Okay, the logic is from which table. Okay, see, when you create a purchase requisition, it is stored in some table. Okay, in the background database table. We don't need to go in detail right now for this. Going ahead, we are going to do this. So we have to give the logic, what is to be entered in that table, what field is to be picked from there, all of these things. For now, though, I don't wish or I don't want you to go in detail. Just understand there is some document called functional document, functional specification document, which we give to our ABAP guy or the technical guy, Fury guy. That's it. Okay. For a development. This is enough for now. Going forward, I'll explain you more detail on this when we'll discuss some development, some reports. Okay. Okay, so I'm good. Any query you have till here? Yeah, yeah, I will give you the access to this. Okay, and I'll also give these documents to you. Okay. Access, I need to make some changes in the website. So I'll give it by next session, before next session, or after next session, I'll give you. And the videos for first session, this session, I'll upload by today or tomorrow morning. Okay, max by tomorrow. But I need to edit things in the video, so it takes time. Okay, so yeah, so good. Now we'll go to the enterprise structure in next session, and then we'll start the P2P cycle. We'll more come into the the process area. Okay, and we'll start learning. So any doubt, any query, anyone? Okay, great, great. I'll send you this document, the first and second document on WhatsApp. Okay, this and KDS, so you can go through it. Okay, I want you to go through the whole document once before next session. Okay. Okay. Great. Hmm? Yeah. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem. I'll send you. No problem. Okay. Yes. Sure. 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 I saw you sent last time. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Good night. Bye bye, everyone.